The missing link to the Cuban, he keep his nose in the biz, won't get the blink with a shoe in. It's cold, leave a foe and spill a drink where he coolin'. The ones who meant most went ghost. I keep it moving, hey yo. That's your hot knife cutting through butter. You either getting shot or you shooting, one or the other. Yo, pops attempted, but my mama meant it. Had to ball hard, fresh out the locker entrance. You gotta drown first, let that sink. Cause when you win, it smells good. The get back stinks. You see, I got a warm shot, my heart jet black pink. Similar to the killer who just left that clink. For a short period only, it's serious, homie. I lick a shot first. Them stingy niggas will lick the pot first. Come to think, my dog only threw me a bone. While I'd rather hang with my lady, watch movies at home. Comfy as fuck. I would hate the bloody the chucks, I just got them. And right now they scuff free and plush. Serious as a heart attack. They ain't fuck with him, now here he is in the almanac. Guess it ain't over until my coffin cracks. But it went Ray Liotta, good fellas talking back, tamper with. Took his nose out, then he put his hands in it. My men can't be closer, I put my all in that. So do they, you don't know me, I never sold you yay. No such thing as your old school way. Cause when the coach you praise leaves the oath you say, this comfortability dies. Now it's really a ride. Now tell me who hands in the pot. The sly wolf or dance on the fox. But the foxes stay sly. And the wolf gon' cry.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Buenas noches. All that good stuff. This is the live NADEX market observation. This is volume number 71. If you're new here, this is your first time, whatever the case may be. If you're not familiar with how things work, first and foremost, make sure that you like and share the video. Don't be shy. If you're tuned in from Facebook, be sure to follow the TeamAlliance Facebook page. If you're tuning in from YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also turn on the bell notifications. On Facebook, when you follow the page, there's an option to turn on the bell as well. Do it there as well. And if you're tuned in from Twitter, be sure to like and share the video and retweet on your timeline. Doing all of these things will ensure that you're able to receive notifications when I'm live. If you're not already a member of the public TeamAlliance Facebook group, make sure that you join that as well. You should see all the links for everything that I mentioned underneath the video in the description box on whatever you're tuned in from. So you should see it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's underneath the video. All of that text that's under there, you'll see all the links there as well. So we're going to do some observation of the market here on NADEX. The market of choice for me personally is the Euro USD, which is the pair that you're looking at right now. NADEX is a very powerful trading platform. It allows you to take a very small amount of money, like $100, and with a skill set, utilize the derivatives on this platform. In particular, the one that we use is what's referred to as binary options. And the binaries are very simple to trade because the way that you profit is by being correct about where the market ends up relative to the strike price or the line of the option that you have selected. If you look at the platform, you see horizontal lines going across, right? So let's say, for example, I'm looking at this option here where my mouse is. If I click on that, I can see the option pricing for that particular option. And what this means is that whatever price is here, I can pay to buy this particular option, which simply means I'm saying I believe the market's going to stay above this line. So right now, you see how there's a green box here? The bottom of the box represents the line that I'm referring to. It's this strike price. This line represents the option. The option is 1.0707. And by buying it, what I'm saying is I believe that the market, which is what these red and blue candles represent, each of these candles represent 60 seconds of movement. If I'm buying this line, which is the bottom of the box, what I'm saying is that I believe the market is going to stay above that line. So in other words, I believe that these candles, or ultimately whatever is the last candle that we see here, will end somewhere above this line. And as long as the market does that, if I selected this option to trade, I'm going to earn a profit on that trade when this clock runs out. See up here, there's a clock, expires in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. What that means is at the end of this clock, when this goes to zero, all I need is for whatever this last candle is to be above this line. So in other words, I just need this candle to be in the box. As long as it's in the box, I'm going to profit on the trade. And that's how simple it is to trade these options. Now, the issue or the problem that people have is that the market moves. So because the market moves around, they don't necessarily know if the market is going to do what they needed to do ultimately when or by the time this clock runs out, because this is a lot of time for the market to move around. The market can move around, it can move up, move down, go back and forth. It can do a lot of stuff. And if you're unfamiliar with market movement and behavior, it will be an extreme challenge for you to consistently profit, because you're basically guessing if you don't understand how the market moves. You see? You're literally taking a guess. Man, I'm going to say that it's going to stay above. I think it'll stay above. Well, why? See, it's funny because when people look at these instruments, when they look at these binaries, and this is a perfect example because look at what it's doing now. Look, you got 20 seconds left, and look at what the market is doing right now. See how it's threatening this same line that I mentioned. You had all of these blue candles, but now we're in the last minute with 7 seconds left, and you look at this candle and you look at the price, and the price is literally 2 micro pips above the line. So if you bought, you would have won. However, you also would have been sweating because you saw the movement come down and threaten strike price. It could have went under the strike and you would have lost money. But it happened to stay above and you won. And if you just basically flipped the coin and said, yeah, I'm going to buy, you did it without understanding what the current behavior is. And because of that, you would have had to have dealt with this movement that you just saw. You just looked at that. See? Now, you don't know why I did that, because your thought process could have been, well, these candles are moving up. Market's moving up. They're moving away from the line. So, I should buy this line and just, it's only 2 minutes. It should stay above. And what does the market decide to do? It comes right down to the line and tests the line. And it came real close, literally hit the line, because you need the market to be at least 1 micro pip above, and that's the low. If you look at where it says lowest in this little box right here, the low literally is the line where you would have been profitable. If it would have went any lower than that and closed, you would have lost the trade. And that's why trading is so difficult for people, because they don't understand market movement at all. They can't tell you why the market did or did not do something. They can't tell you why they are winning a trade. They can't tell you why they're losing a trade. And you can't build a career that way. You see? You cannot build a career off of not knowing what the market's doing. So if you're just guessing the whole time, guess what? You're flipping the coin and you're hoping for the best. And again, you can't build your career that way. So what most people in the retail industry end up doing, and by retail, I mean regular people, you and I, anyone that can just open an account, send their documentation to prove who they are, and begin trading on the trading platform. That's a retail customer. So for retail customers, the majority of them don't make any money. In fact, they lose money on the platform because they lack skill. See, people will swear up and down, oh, well, the reason I be losing is because, they be cheating. It always comes close. Anytime I trade, it's always right near the line. Well, you're selecting the trades. These trades run every 5 minutes. No one's telling you when to trade. See, this is the problem. Because you don't have understanding, you don't know when and when not to trade. And because of that, you'll often trade at the wrong time. Well, when's the wrong time? When the market's moving around too much. The wrong time is when the market is doing too much. The wrong time is when the market's not stable enough. So if you don't know the difference between the market being stable and not being stable, how can you trade efficiently? Meaning, how can you consistently be profitable? Well, you can't, and you won't. And this is why skill in the market is necessary before you trade. So often people will attempt to trade and play around on the platform. They'll literally say that. Yeah, I'm going to play around on this to see what, if I can make some money. Well, this is not a casino. This ain't a slot machine. This ain't the crap table. It's not bad. What's the other Russian roulette? This is not Russian roulette. This ain't 21 blackjack. This is the market moving around. Oh, well, there's a degree of luck. No, it's actually a degree of skill, which you lack. And your problem is not only do you lack skill, you don't even know in the first place that you need skill. You didn't even know that. When you opened your account, you didn't know that. You thought that you could just come on to the platform, buy a strategy, right? Subscribe to some signals, and start making money, and you off to becoming a millionaire. That's what you thought. Uh-oh. Somebody's like, damn, why are you talking about me? See, that's what you thought. How do I know that? Because that's what everybody be thinking. And I don't mean everybody, but most people, the majority is thinking that way. You don't come on this platform because you want to learn a skill and become a professional. We can be honest. Be honest. You notice you didn't start trading because of that. Why'd you start trading? Because you thought you could get rich. Right? Am I telling the truth? And then what happens is you come on the platform, and the worst thing that happens to you is you win at first. You actually make profitable trades at first. But there's a problem with that. Why? Because you don't know why you're winning. Uh-oh. Here he goes. You don't know why you're... So if you don't understand why you're winning, how can you keep winning? See, you'll win until you don't win no more. You'll be profitable until you start losing. And what happens is when you lose, you compound because you then start to revenge trade, meaning I'm getting it back. Fuck that. I'm getting my money back. So you try to trade your way back, right? See, this is too honest and too revealing for some people. They don't like to hear this because they know that this is them. They know everything I'm saying is them. Why is this guy always talking shit? I'm really not talking shit. I'm just speaking facts. I know what you're doing. I've been in this industry for 30 plus years. I've seen a lot of trading platforms. I've seen a lot of people who trade. I've seen the retail end of things. I've seen the institutional end of things. I understand how brokerages work. I understand how this platform works. This platform is not a brokerage. This platform is an exchange. What does that mean? It means that you're actually trading against other people on this platform. So when you make money, somebody else lost. And flipped around, when you lose, somebody else won. And it goes back and forth like this every day. Every day that this platform is up and running, this is what's happening. So you have a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing on the platform. And then you have some people that know what they're doing. And the people who don't know what they're doing will trade at times when folks who do know what they're doing trade. And guess who wins the trades? See? So the folks that are successful are the ones with the most understanding of how the market moves. They're the ones that will be consistently profitable, period. Because they'll know when to trade versus you who don't know anything about how the market moves and don't really care. You just want to win your trades. So then the next thing is, all right, well, I need good risk reward. If I get good risk reward, that means I could only risk $20 and I can make $80. I like those trades. But you ain't going to win those trades when you trade against us. Because if you're trading against us, it means you traded at the wrong time. How do I know that? Because if we're trading, we're in the market at the right time. We're in the market when the market is stable. You're in the market thinking the market will be volatile and move so that you win that trade. And then you sit there watching and it doesn't do it. And you're like, damn, well, it was only $20. Then you justify it by saying it was only 20. Then on top of that, instead of you actually holding trades so that you can actually gain the $80, you get out of the trades early because you're scared of the movement. It's so crazy. Look, man, I'm hitting it on the head. This is what folks do. Am I telling the truth? They'll get into a trade, and as soon as they see a profit while they're in that trade, oh man, I'm up $25. You know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take this. They get out the trade early. So the risk reward that you think that you have, you don't have because you never hold the trade until you collect $80. You're getting out that trade early and you're hoping that you earn somewhere near what you put at risk. So you're trying to get a profit of 20, 30, 25, somewhere there. And as soon as you see it, you get out the trade. So now instead of you having 1-to-4 risk reward, you got 1-to-1 risk reward in actuality. You see? You see how I'm breaking it down? Because people need to understand that you can't continue doing this and expect anything different than what you've already been experiencing. You've been losing up to now. Am I right? Well, I don't lose all of my trades. Well, you don't have to lose them all to lose overall. You're losing overall. Yes. If you're not net profitable, you're losing. Well, I'm winning, a lot of them now. All right, well, are you net profitable? Put it like this. Have you earned more than your deposit? Did you make more than you deposited? No? All right, so you're not net profitable. You're losing. So you need to face the facts and then do something about it. So the first thing is you need to start learning how to understand the market movement. This is the first step. And I don't care how you trade. Well, Mark, I don't trade the way you do. You don't have to. You can trade how you trade. You want to use good risk reward, quote unquote, go ahead. But you're still going to have to understand the market movement in order for it to work. You're basically saying that you're expecting the market to make a move every time in order for you to actually collect 4 times what you put at risk. This means the market has to move that much, and it has to move in favor of your trade. So it has to move to the other side of the strike compared to where you entered the trade. That's how you were able to get the $20 risk reward. I understand. So how often are you doing that? See? Well, I can only, if I only win 2 out of 3, I'm profitable, but you don't win 2 out of 3. You lose 3 out of 4. And as a matter of fact, now you lose even more than that, because if you lost 3 out of 4, you would be profitable at 1 to 4 risk reward. But your 3 wins are not, your 1 win is not 80. See, you'll lose 3 times and it'll be 3 $20 losses, and the 1 win will be for $25. So you're not profitable, are you? See? Well, I'm winning 3 out of 4. No, you're not. Okay, let me tell the truth. I'm actually just winning 1 out of 4. Yeah, and the 1 that you win is not enough to cover the 3 that you lost. If you won 80 on the 1 that you won, you would be up $20 in 4 trades. Because 80 minus 60 is 20. But in actuality, what are you really doing? You lost 60 and you only made 30. So you actually down 30. Come on now. This is what I'm saying. And people don't like to be transparent and honest with themselves. What's funny is that you can't hide it from you. You know that you're not profitable. How are you going to hide it from yourself? You could tell me everything. You could tell me whatever you want, anything that you want me to believe. Well, Mark, I'm actually doing pretty good now. I'm doing pretty good now. I'm winning consistently. Okay. In other words, you're winning more than you were losing. But the end result is all that matters. See, there's a scoreboard. It's called net profit. If your net is not profitable, you're not winning the game. Let me be the one to tell you. If your net is not profitable, you're not winning the game, period. So don't continue to be delusional. See, and this is very important for you to understand. That's why I teach you this way. And yes, I'm teaching you. You're not teaching me. I've been around on NADEX for 4 years. Okay. Which means what? What does it mean? And I don't do this to try to make people feel bad. I'm trying to help you to deal with the truth, because you can't keep lying to yourself. You see, and it's funny because you may not like what I'm saying, but you know that what I'm saying is facts. You know it. Like, damn, he always gets on here and says shit. He doesn't know me. What is he? He has a monitor in my account. He's working with NADEX. And they're cheating. They're in my account. They have some type of monitor, the tracking device. They're monitoring my trades. I'm not monitoring shit. I don't know nothing about what NADEX does either. But I'm pretty sure that it ain't monitoring your account. I'm pretty sure that that's not what it is. What it is that you need to learn how to monitor the market and understand what the market is doing. You need to understand what the movement means. See, what's funny too is that the market doesn't do different shit. It just seems like it does. Oh, the market did something crazy today. The market does crazy shit every day. Because what you're calling crazy is normal. That's what the market does. The problem is you don't know what it is. You don't know the difference between stable and unstable movement. You just think everything is up and down. Well, the market's trending. Why don't you take a line and draw a trend line? You see that? These candles are moving up, so we're in an uptrend. And all you got to do is you just set up a buy trade. Okay, is that easy? Market goes up, so you just buy, huh? That's it? All right, cool. Mind you, just look at this one example. Inside of this one example, the market is overall moving upwards. Absolutely. But look at how many red candles you have in the movement going up. Just from here, you got 1, 2, 3. We won't even count the dojis. 4, 5, 6. 6 down candles in an up move. What does that mean? What does that even mean? So what you're saying is an up move. What if one of these red candles continue to go down? And then you got red, 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 red going down. So now are we in a downtrend? You see what I'm saying? No, we're in an uptrend because it's still moving up overall. Right. But within the uptrend, there's down moves. The same way that within downtrends, there's up moves. So what does it mean? See, these are binaries. So when you're looking at up and you're looking at trend, are you considering that there are these red candles in between? Let me give you an example. Let me take one of them and try to see what one of them did in here and if they made a difference. Coincidentally, because of how the like the size of the candles in this area, none of the red candles did anything as far as changing where the market was positioned, with the exception of this one. So let's say that you were looking at all of this overall movement and you're like, yeah, I still believe it's in an uptrend. And your binary starts here, right? So your binary starts here. You're like, all right, so I can buy this line right here, which is the bottom of this green box. And you're saying, I could buy this. And as soon as you buy, you get in on this nice blue candle, and you're like, yeah, that's nice right there. You get in, and then the next candle comes down. And here you get scared to death. You're like, oh shit, damn. Then on the next one, you're happy again. Oh yeah, it's moving back up. I knew it was in a downtrend. I knew I was right. And it just so happens to stay above, right? Then you get over here, you in the last minute, and it stays above. You feel awesome, and you're like, man, I'm a genius. I knew it was gonna do that. When you didn't know shit, because when the market came down here, you were scared to death. You saw that red candle, and you probably shit yourself. That's the reality. You're like, oh man, please stay up there. Please go back up. Right? Begging the market to go back up. And this is what I'm saying about these uptrends. So the way that you're looking at the market is already wrong because you're just thinking that it's that simple. The reason that the market is moving down and moving up is because there's behavior in the movement. So if you don't understand behavior, you won't know why it's doing it. You won't understand why. Damn, why did it go down? I understand that. Damn. Why? Why did it go down? And then not only that, why did it only go down once? If you look here, with the exception of this, it only went down one time or for 1 minute and then it continued to go back up. There's a reason that behavior is there. And that is behavior. Well, it's going down once and then it continues up. It's going down once, then it goes back up. Man, wonder why it's doing that. Exactly. You're wondering why. But see, we understand why. And because we understand why, we know when to take action and when not to. Yep. And that's the difference. So now when we are setting up and prepared to trade, we're not trading off of guesswork. We're trading off of skill because we know and understand why. See? We know and understand why. This is funny. They should have their own Pampers for all of the crappy traders, huh? Man. Definitely talking to the inbox. Oh my goodness. And this is definitely factual. And see, this is part of what contributes to ignorance of people. You know, when you have people that really don't know that much, so-called teaching you something about, I don't even know what they be I don't even know, to be honest. I'm just going off of what people say as far as courses and stuff that they buy. Strategies, courses, signals, you know, all of these things that are out here, and you're using them and you're still not profitable. And I'm like, man, out of all these things that you're, you know, spending your money on, what are you actually learning about the market? Because if no one is telling you that you have to understand the market, then ain't nobody teaching you shit. That should be the first thing someone says. How are you trading the market and don't understand it? That doesn't even make sense. Well, there's indicators. Listen, the indicators is why you're losing too. You put an indicator on your chart, or you put a bunch of indicators on your chart, and they're supposed to produce a buy or a sell signal. It doesn't even make sense. The indicator is responding to the market. So if you are not looking at the market itself, how can you know what the market is actually doing? The indicator is telling you what the market happened to do, but it doesn't know why it did it. So the indicator is saying, yeah, this is a buy signal. Well, why is it a buy signal? Well, because the 10 moving average crossed the 50. It's a buy signal because the price hit the Bollinger Band. What? That's the buy signal? Yeah, when price hits the outer bands of the Bollinger, then you buy. All right, well, the market did that, but when I got in the trade, that shit kept going. Oh, well, that was a false signal. What the heck? What are you talking about? How do I know that it's a false signal? Well, you don't really know. So what good is it? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is the type of stuff that people spend their money on and actually take time to try to actually figure out and use. Oh, well, I just need a better course on these indicators, and no. Take every indicator off your chart and just look at the market moving. Just look at the candles and see if you can make some sense out of how the moves are. Why you got big candles and small candles? Why do you have big red and small blue? Vice versa. Why you got big blue and small red? Look at the market. Why is it doing this? What does it mean? It got to mean something. Damn, this is a big candle and this is a little one. What's that about? Watch it. You need to learn how to watch. This is why I call this observation. This ain't live NADEX signals. This is live NADEX market observation because I'm teaching you something. This is too powerful of a platform for you to keep fucking up. That's the point I'm trying to make. You can start on this platform with $100 and within 30 trades put yourself in a financial position to be free. If you have skill in the market, because your market skill will lead to you being in profitable trades only, not being in coin flips. I'm going to just take a chance on this one. I believe it'll stay. Yeah, I think it's going to go up from here. Yeah, let me throw some indicators on here. No, don't throw nothing on the chart. I put a box on the chart just so that you section off the area that you need to look at. That's the only purpose of this box. And if you take the box and you put it on the chart, look at what you start seeing. Look at what the market's doing right now. All the candles are in the box. Look, they're all in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles are in the box. That has to mean something. But you couldn't see that if you over here looking at trends and you got a bunch of indicators on the chart and you drawing lines all over the damn place. You got all type of shit on the chart. You got moving averages on here. You got a parabolic SAR. You got the RSI. You got a stochastic. You got all this shit on here. Oh, let me put Bollinger Bands on here too. Let me put that on there. Your chart looking crazy. Look at this shit. Look at this. What does this mean? Oh, well, this you see the Bollinger. What you do is look at every time the market hit the top of the Bollinger. You see how it comes back down? Yeah, but what does it mean? What do that mean? What about the times when it doesn't do that? Look at all this shit over here. What does this mean? All the market activity is here in the middle. Then you got the market going across the middle line. What does that mean? That means something too? Yeah, when it crosses the middle line, then it's going to be going up back towards the top of the Bollinger Band. Okay, it did it here. Okay, what does that mean though? Then it comes down here, starts bouncing off the middle again and going back up to the top. Then the lines are getting smaller. Then you get a narrow area. Look at this shit. Well, I use stochastics. What you do is you wait for the stochastic to reach the bottom. And when it reaches that bottom, that means it's in an oversold condition. So it's going to go up. So now you're looking at stochastics and you're looking at this shit. And you're like, yeah, it should go up from here. But what does it mean? It should go up. I can show you a bunch of instances where it looked like it was going to go up and it didn't. Look, turned up here, but the market kept coming down. Oh, well, you were too early. How do you know that you were too early? This is what I'm saying about these indicators. How is this helping you? It ain't showing you nothing about the behavior. It's not showing you nothing about why the candles are getting smaller, why the candles are getting bigger. You know absolutely nothing about the market. You know about the indicator. Shit is crazy, man. Take all this shit off here. Where is it at? Delete all. You got a way to delete all this shit? Oh, just uncheck. All right. I never just did that like that, so I didn't even know. Anyway, this is what people do, man. They come on here and they complicate shit. When I'm telling you straight up, you need to learn about behavior. Understand market behavior. Shit's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, the oscillators, what? Oscillators will, they confuse the hell out of you all day. Yes, and I'm glad that you stopped using them, because anyone telling you that indicators are all you need, and throw this indicator on there and this will help you to do, nah, man. Nah. You'll understand an indicator better after you learn how to interpret the market movement. You'll understand why the indicator is even saying what it's saying. And if that's the case, you don't need the indicator. What do you need that for if you already know? Got indicators on there trying to tell you when there's momentum. You can see when there's momentum. I don't need an indicator for that. If my candles are moving through the strikes, I know that there's momentum. Come on, man. It's not rocket science. It's really not. Just like when you look at what the market is doing when it's in a slower condition, like right now, it's in a slower condition. And as you look at the movement, you start to understand why it's not doing certain things. It's like, well, I wonder why it's kind of just, candles are just staying in this area. Why is it doing that? Well, because the market is creating barriers. See, when the market moves and is slow, it's letting you know that it's actually creating levels of its own making. The market creates the levels. It says, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna stop. And if you look here, look, 107, 148. When you come over here and you look in this area, this is the same area where the market starts to not go past. The furthest that it went past is 3 micropips, where it actually went 1 micropip above the strike on this candle. But other than that, if you look at where the price is not going past, it's around the same area. And that area is from back here. It created it back here. It hit it here, then it hit it again here. Look at this. Right there, where that red candle is. So you're trying to figure out, man, I wonder why it did that and then came back down. Wonder why it's not going above that. Because the market creates barriers itself. And then it either respects the barriers or it violates it. And as you begin to study and observe, the longer that it respects a barrier, the more stability the market creates. And stability is what gives you confidence when you trade. It's the reason that your trade will win. Well, why did that one win? You mean, why did that one respect the barrier? That's what you're really asking. See? Because the answer is in the question. Why did that one respect the barrier? Why did that trade win? The trade won because it respected the barrier. And you were in that trade because you recognized the barrier. And you recognize the barrier because you understand behavior. You know that the barrier is part of the stability process. It's what the market does. And you didn't need an indicator to tell you that, did you? Just your eyeballs. Crazy. Telling you, man. See, when folks start listening to me, shit starts changing. You stop losing. Because the first thing I tell you is to stop trading. You're trading too much. Well, I have to trade. No, you don't. Then I be telling people to record. Mind you, I be telling this to people that are not even in my training. Well, Mark, what advice do you have for me? Record what you're doing. Ain't show me a recording yet. But you still in my inbox talking about what advice do I have? You're not doing basic shit I'm telling you to do. Stop trading and start recording. Why? So you can go back and look and see what you were doing. Because you know how folks are. Oh man, I took a trade and the market did this, and it looked like I was winning, and then the market did something crazy at the end. Then you go back and look and you're like, yo, why was you even in the market at this time? Market was doing way too much. Why were you in a trade at this time? And you're like, damn, man, I didn't know it did all that. Exactly. So look at what your recording starts to do. The recording starts telling you the truth. So it ain't what you said it was, is it? You said the market did something crazy. This ain't the market doing nothing crazy. This is the market doing what it was doing already. Whoa. Yeah, you ain't think about that, huh? Like, damn, you're right. The market was already doing. Exactly. So you shouldn't have been in the trade. Any trade. Man, oh man, I'm telling y'all. You should be using this NADEX platform literally to position yourself for financial freedom. And it's not hard to do. You can take Project Freedom and follow that spreadsheet alone and position yourself regardless of how you trade. Man, oh man. Listen to what I'm saying. It only is 30 trades. How many trades do you take now? Oh, well, I take at least 30 trades in 2 weeks, a month, right? Trading a lot, ain't you? How many times are you winning? Well, I'm winning most of my trades. All right, well, the ones you're not winning, figure out why you lost them. And I guarantee you that you lost them because you took them at a time when you shouldn't have been in the market. Guess what that does? When you start seeing and you go back and look why you lost the trade, you start looking at the wins too. Start answering that question. Why did you win that trade? What's the difference? Look at your winners and your losers and tell me the difference in how the market was moving at the time. And if you can't recognize the difference, then you shouldn't be in any trades at all. Until you can recognize the difference between why a trade won or a trade lost, you shouldn't trade at all. You should know why it won. And you should know why it didn't win. Period. And it has nothing to do with the trade. Ain't got nothing to do with the trade. Oh, well, this wasn't a good trade. No, it wasn't a good time to trade. There's a difference. You took a trade at the wrong time. So you need to learn what the wrong time looks like. What does that mean? It's the market moving. This is what I'm saying about observation. You won't know that because you're busy trading. That's why you have to stop trading first. But Mark, I'm not new to this. I don't give a shit if you've been doing it for 10 years. Don't get upset with me because I'm telling you the truth. Regardless of how long you've been doing it, until you understand behavior and movement, it ain't gonna work. You need to understand that first. And you need to develop patience and discipline. If you losing and then trying to get it right back, that ain't discipline at all. It's called revenge. And if you're not patient enough to wait for the market to be stable so that you know the outcome of the movement, then you don't deserve the winning trades. The market ain't gonna reward you if you ain't gonna wait for it. Market's like, you ain't want to wait? All right, well, here, take this slap. Pow. Oh, you thought I was gonna do that? Nah, I'm not ready to do that. I'm gonna do this. That's how the market be talking to you. Oh, you thought I was gonna do that? Nah. I'm gonna do this right now. Mind you, it's doing what it's already doing, mind you. So it's not even like it decided to do something different. It's already doing that. That behavior is already there. And the market is just reminding you, hey, I'm already doing this right here, bro. So don't be surprised when I do it again. Shouldn't come as a surprise. I was already doing it. Mm-hmm. And this is the truth. Damon is saying it's a shame that the scammers only select a few teaching the truth, but when you get burned so much, if you don't give up, you'll eventually find the light, which is TA. Exactly. And this is what I've said time and time again. It's always my prayer and my hope and my wish for you guys that this is not your last resort. I'm hoping it's your first one. See, like when people first come around into this industry, this is why I do a lot of content too, because, and I don't do nearly as much as I used to. I just don't have the time. But I still try to do as much as I can because, you know, the more content that I put out there, the easier it becomes for people to find TA. And you need to find TA. Because I don't know of anyone else out there that just teaches you off the rip what not to do and tells you the truth right away. Oh, you just came into this industry? Okay. First of all, this is not a casino. It's not an ATM machine. You are not going to get rich overnight. You are not going to become a millionaire this year. Face it. Well, Mark, how much can I start? You can start with $100. Well, what can I turn that into? As much as you want to with the skill. What do you mean the skill? Well, you need to become skilled before you trade. Well, how long is that going to take? It might take you 3 years. Oh, no, that's too long. These are conversations I've had with people. Mind you, I just throw the 3-year thing out there just to see how they're going to react. Because my thing is, if it took you 3 years, would you do it? If it took you 3 years to work through everything that you need to in order to become a professional and to position yourself to trade profitably, would you do it? See, if you're smart, you'll actually pay attention and look, because you're like, wait, hold up, wait. What do professionals do? Professionals are profitable every year. Professionals are consistently profitable in their trades. Professionals don't overtrade. Professionals wait on the market. Professionals don't force trades. Professionals don't have fear. Listen to all the things I'm saying. Do you possess these elements? Do you possess these characteristics yet? No. You impatient as shit. You itching to trade. That's not patience at all. And the crazy part about it is that you're itching to do all of these things, and it's like you're rushing to fail. And the worst thing that can happen is you win first. That's worse. This is why I tell people, you know what, I hope you lose right away. That way you'll experience that pain and that hurt first, and you'll stop. It's nothing worse than you winning first and then lose because you didn't know why you were winning. That's worse. It's worse. Come on, man. You got a problem if you don't know why you're winning. Are you kidding me? Well, I don't care why I'm winning. That's your problem. Market hears you. Oh, you don't care? All right, well, here you go. No more winning for you, bro. Now you're going on your losing streak. Oh my God, I don't know what happened. I was winning, man. I was doing so well. I bought a strategy and it was doing great, and then all of a sudden it stopped working. This is what people have been going through for years now. And I don't got to name no names about who sold them the strategy or none of that. Y'all know the names. Y'all know them. And then when you come to TA and I tell you that there ain't none, there's no strategy here, you're like, what? You immediately want to debate with me about having a strategy. Well, yeah, well, everyone has a strategy. How do you enter the trades? There's no strategy for entering the trades, dummy. If you were so smart, you would realize that it's not based off the trades. It's based off understanding of the market first, then trades. Well, what's your approach for taking the trades? I noticed that you like to enter during the last minute. I remember when I did At the Money on this platform, and I entered at the beginning of the trade, like now. You see how there's 4 minutes and change? I was entering now at the beginning, and I was recording the entire trade. There's one time I was in the car, I entered the trade and took a nap. I'm not even bullshitting. I literally was sitting there. I took a nap. It's recorded. Somebody can probably find that video, and you'll see me lean my head back and take a nap while the trade is running. And I held the trade till the end. Who does that? I wasn't showing off. I was showing and proving. When you study and you understand the movement, when you do that first, you'll know when to trade, how to trade. All right, all right. Let me relax. I'm taking y'all too far back. Mind you, this was several years ago. I remember people were messaging me. They were like, Mark, I can't believe that you actually took a nap during the trade. Yep. Took a damn nap. Who does that? All right, but anyway, so for anyone that may be new, if you guys have any questions about the platform or just things in general that you might want some insight on, please feel free to ask. If you're watching the replay of this after the fact, you can always post questions and stuff on the in the comments. I've never said that before, but the comments are there on the replay for you to type in if you got a question, and I'll see it and then I'll respond to it. But yeah, feel free, man. Feel free. Because my intention with doing these lives is not only to observe the market and, to teach about the way that I see the market and why it's important, but really to just tell you the truth about overall what you need to be successful. Like, you got to stop bullshitting. Stop with all of these strategies and indicators and this and that. And you tried this and tried that. Stop with all of that. Just stop buying shit. Just slow down and just start looking at the market. Start there. Well, Mark, I don't want to train with you. Then don't. I'm not telling you to train with me. I just know what happens when you do. You train with me, I don't play with you. The mindset game over here is for real. Well, Mark, when do you think it's appropriate or it's the right time for me to start trading? As soon as you stop asking me when. That's how. That's when it's time. When you don't got to ask me that no more, you're ready. Well, what's the average time for your students? Ain't no average time. Everybody's different. I don't know how hard-headed you are, but there's a bunch of folks that's hard-headed as hell. It take them longer. It's folks that's hard-headed as hell, they won't stop trading. It's folks that's hard-headed, they ain't not recording. What you want me to tell you? I'm giving you all the tools and everything that I use. See, this is another thing too. It's like, I'm not telling you to do stuff I don't do. Well, you just told me to watch 301 because that's what I do. You watch your own video? Yes. I know somebody listening to this now is like, yo, this dude is crazy. I'm not crazy. This is called wisdom. Pay attention to what I'm saying and start changing. See, this is what bothers me about when people are on NADEX. I'm like, do you realize what NADEX is? This is the place where you're going to be free. Free. Financially free. That's what's here for you. But you got to work on you first. You can't come over here just doing what you want to do and think that that's going to work. No. Yeah, it's what they be asking. You watch your own video? Yes, I do. Yes, because I'm having an out-of-body experience, so I got to watch it back. I'm like, damn, I said that? I don't even remember saying that. Abby, excuse me. Well, I don't want to even try to pronounce your name, so I'll probably get it wrong. How do you choose what market is best to trade 5-minute options? There is no best market to trade. What I would say is to observe the markets that are available And whatever you're the most comfortable with when you observe, pick one and stick to one. Like don't try to observe and trade 3 and 4 markets. Don't do that. You know, like, so for example, this is the 5-minute binary option selection. You have, what is it, 7 markets? You got the Aussie USD, Euro USD, Pound USD, the dollar yen, the Euro yen, the pound yen, and the USD CAD, right? Just take your time and observe different markets. You know, maybe you want to look at the Aussie, you want to try looking at the pound. If you don't necessarily find yourself comfortable with any particular one, look at another one. And then when you find one that you're comfortable with, only look at that one, because you need to begin to learn the nuances. Each market has its own nuances, certain things that you pick up on that market does more often than the other markets do. Those are the nuances. Like, one thing that I can say about the pound or the GBP pairs, they tend to have more momentum throughout the day relative to the other markets. Like the pound dollar and the pound yen, they both have more moments of momentum. So they'll have a tendency to have more momentum throughout the day than the other pairs. That's a nuance. It doesn't mean, oh, it's always going to do that. No, but there's a tendency for it to do that more frequently than the other ones. You see what I'm saying? So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to trade more so in a vertical market, then that may be what you want to consider, because those pairs have a tendency to move with more momentum. But they also have their nuances. So they also have more unstable movement in them as well. So each thing comes with something else. And you just have to really lock in on a market and let that be the market that you observe. Don't try to watch 4 and 5 different pairs trying to find trades. Don't do it. Get on one market, observe only that market, and stick with it. And give yourself time to learn how the movement is, what the movement means. Look at the candles, look at the size of them. Look at how the candles respond to the strike prices. That's why I have the box on the chart. What do you think this box is for? When you have the box up, you can see if the candles are going through the box or if the candles are staying inside the box. Those are 2 different perspectives that the market presents. It's called horizontal, which is when the candles are remaining in the box, and then vertical is when the candles is moving through the box. See? If you're trading the vertical, you want the candles moving through the box. But if you're trading with the horizontal perspective, you want to see the candles staying in the box. You see? So just the basics. I just told you about 2 perspectives that you can view the market through: horizontal and vertical. They both work. They both work. And then as you become more aware, you realize, oh, there's also gray area. So there's times when the market is not doing either one long enough for there to be the thing that you need to take place for trades to come. It's like if the market is not horizontal long enough, if there's not enough instances of it, it's in the gray area. And we don't trade in the gray area. You see what I'm saying? So you need the market to actually commit to whatever perspective you're seeing things through. If it's horizontal, market needs to be horizontal. You need to see the layers of stability in the horizontal perspective. Vice versa. If the market is moving with momentum, we want momentum. We don't want to see little ass candles. We want to see big candles moving through the strikes. So hopefully that will answer your question. But that was a good question. A Byron. I probably pronounced that wrong. Forgive me if I did. All right, so yeah, I like this. Look at this. Negro Sports League said, when I started watching these live observations, I stopped trading and started recording and watching. My outlook is a little different now because it works. It works. Right. I probably saved a lot of money by just watching. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you did. And that's another thing, too, is like not losing money feels good. People think making money feels good. Not losing feels better because you have to learn how not to lose first. Whoa. See, before you start making money, you need to learn how not to lose. It's too easy for you to do dumb shit and lose. So you need to learn the discipline to not do dumb shit so that you don't lose first. Because if you come on the platform and start trading away and you start losing right away, it hurts. You're like, damn, man. Oh, man. I don't like NADEX. No. We ain't going to do that. You're wrong for trading. Don't try to make it NADEX's fault. You ain't have no business trading yet. You don't know what you're doing. And like I said, it's even worse if you win. You come on the platform, you start doing shit and you winning trades. Oh man, I know what. Listen, man, I'm about to make this money. All right. Then you don't know how to handle $1,000 account. So your account get up to 1,000. You're like, yeah, I got a grip in here now, man. Look at that. $1,000. I'm about to go to 2. Then your account get up to 1,500. You over there emotionally attached to the money. You see your balance growing, you get all hyper. You ain't never seen that much in your trading account before. Now you start doing extra shit in your trades. Guess what happens? Boom, you lose. Oh man, why I lose that one? Man, well, I'm gonna get it back. Now you start over trading because you're in revenge mode. Fuck that, I'm getting my 1,500 back. I need to get this back up to 1,500. Damn, I'm only at 900. You try to get back up to 1,500 that same day. This is what people be doing, man. I'm not making this up. This like people do this. One time I had a guy message me. He said, Mark, I took 500 up to 5,000 one time and then I blew it. Huh? What? See, but you're not telling me what you did. So it just sounds crazy. So now you try to make it sound like, oh, well, when you get to 5,000, that's when NADEX starts fucking with your account. No. We're not going to do that. We ain't going to do that. You got to 5,000 and you started fucking with your account. Because you never seen that much money in your account. Stop the bullshit, man. Stop. You can't tell me that. I know what you're really doing. Do you trade market or limited GTC? Just trying to have the best approach or strategy. Well, we want to get rid of that word strategy, first of all. Approach is a good word to use. I would prefer to use that because that's more so what you're doing. It's the way that you approach your trading versus having a strategy. The way that I trade, I use limit GTC. And the reason that I do that is because I want to ensure that I get the price that I want or better. So when you place market orders, you know, you're looking at the price flashing. By the time you click in, you can enter anywhere. And it may not be the best price. Sometimes it could be a good price. And then other times you're like, damn, that price is terrible. But when you use limit GTC, you know that you'll never get worse than whatever price you set. So if I'm using, for example, if I'm on a sell and I use a limit GTC of 20, I know that I'm either going to be entered at 20 or a better price. So it also gives me more flexibility, because when we are looking at the market, we're actually looking at the indicative price the majority of the time. We only use the option pricing as a tool. So your indicative price really is dictating what the market is ultimately doing, and that's what we look at primarily. So the option pricing can be lower, for example, than the price that we want to enter at. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you may not even see the option pricing that you have it set for, but when you click in, it's a limit good till cancel. So it'll stay on the books. And if someone on the other side places an order, then your order will get filled, whether you see the option pricing flash here or not. So there's many times when I enter into a position, I place my trade, and it doesn't fill right away, and I don't even see the pricing. Like the market is already in the money, in my advantage, or to my advantage, and I'm looking at option pricing, and I don't even see my price flash at all, but I get filled on the order. And this is what I mean about this platform being an exchange. If there's someone else on the other side of your trade, they don't always show the orders on the platform that come in, because the transaction happens so fast. You already have an existing order there. Someone on the other side comes in, places an order on the other side, and it fills your trade. So the platform didn't have time to show you the pricing, because the trade was basically filled before you had an opportunity to even show the pricing, because your order was there. Does that make sense? So that's why I prefer to use the limit GTC. Definitely. That's a good question. So hopefully that will help. Do you watch news before trading? No. Nope. I don't care nothing about news. Why? Because the market's behavior is always responding to news and things that are going on at the time. If the news creates instability in the market, we know we're not going to be in the trade. So we don't have to look to see if there's news or if there's going to be a news event. It doesn't matter what it is. If it creates instability in the market, we won't be in a trade anyway. Because the only time that we're going to be in a trade is when the market is stable and our trade sets up. So hopefully that makes sense. And these are pretty good questions. Pretty good questions. Yeah, definitely. All the time. All the time. It ain't nothing, man. It ain't nothing to teach. And see, the reason I teach well is because I trade well. I'm able to communicate what I actually do. And it makes sense. See, if you think about the stuff I talk about in the market, you're like, wow, that does make sense. I'm starting to see that myself. You start to prove it. This is what I'm saying about when people listen to me. When you listen and you start applying what I'm talking about, you start seeing what I'm saying. You see that I'm telling you the truth. The market, this is what the market does. Just like when I talk about small candle dominance, somebody will hear that and they're like, what do you mean by that? Dominance. Let me look at that up in the dictionary. You look up the word dominance and you see what that means. Then, he's saying small candles. Okay, so he's saying that there's more small candles than big candles. Exactly. It means something. It means even more when the small candles are positioned at the top or the bottom of the box, meaning that they're in position relative to the strike. Look at that. You see how much I'm giving you? I'm just giving you little things, little nuances to observe, so that when you start to see and recognize, now you start understanding why trades win. You're like, wait, whoa, let me look at this. Wow, so if I was in this trade, that would have clearly won. Exactly. because you're understanding the market now. You're not just thinking about hopping into trades. Oh, let me take this one. I think this one's going to. No, we don't do that. For what? And another thing, all you need is one trade a week. Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, don't you realize one trade a week over the course of a year, you can start with $100, and over the course of 1 year, you're making six figures. That same year. I'll let y'all sleep on that. I will let y'all sleep on that right there. All right, man. So put in a good hour and a half. This was a great observation. Good questions. I will be back on at some point. What's today? Wednesday? Well, it's Wednesday now because it's after midnight. I don't know. At some point this week, I'll try to do a coffee and charts. Maybe another live market observation. We'll see. All right, but I'm out, man. About to go to bed. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. So this is coffee. No, this ain't coffee and chart. This is live market observation, volume 71. All right, let me finish this up real quick. I noticed during the morning time, first 5-minute option changes from 2 pips to 4 pips. That's the worst time to trade. Also, if you do one trade per week, how much contracts? Well, you start with one contract and you just scale your way up after each profitable trade. And literally you start with $100 and you're going to be scaling up to the maximum number of contracts that you can buy with the money in your account. And you just keep doing that. And after 30 trades, you're going to put yourself in a crazy position. I'll just say that. It's not necessarily the worst time to trade. No. When the pips increase from 2 to 4, no, it's not a bad time. And what I'm saying is that if the market decides to stabilize at that time, it would be a good time. Bad time is whenever the market's not stable. So understand that that's the worst time, is when the market ain't stable, whenever that is. That can be during 2 pips or 4 pips. All right, so think of it in terms of that. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, y'all. I'm out. So I holla at y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all know what it is. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Deuces. Dom the Marco.